Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Benny, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I got y'all with the best third down defense. Now, the reason it's called the best third down defense is because this is not a defense that you want to call more than 3 times in a drive. That's why it's called the best third down defense, because you only want to call it to kind of confuse your opponent, because the way it plays, there's a simple way to beat it, but most people they don't come out prepared for this type of defense. They come out in regular setups, as y'all know, stuff like crossers and stuff like that. So this defense will basically box all of that. And so yeah, let's hop straight into the video. All right, y'all, in today's video we're going to be in the formation nickel double A gap, and the play that we're going to be calling is nickel dog mag. Now, I know it looks wild, but it's actually locks, and I'm going to show y'all the setup for it to make it lockdown defense on third down. And another reason that it's third down defense, because the run defense out of it is not really good out of it. You can get gas for a 30-yard run out of this formation. Is not good run D. You only want to call it when you know they're passing and stuff like that. So yeah, let's hop straight into it. Alright, y'all, the setup for this defense is pretty simple. All I like to do is I like to put this linebacker. You want to be using the linebacker who's in the blitz and not in the seam flat. And you want to take him and put him on a QB spot. Now, the reason you want to risk keeping him in a blitz, because I know you get better movement, is because you want no risk of getting stuck in the block within this defense, because you don't really have too much safety help. So if you need to get back there, you kind of you have to do it yourself, because these two safeties, they're not even playing like what their zone says. It's really a match defense. So if a receiver runs across them, they'll pick them up and then play man throughout the whole coverage, whether that's leaving, you know what I'm saying, deep or whatever, leaving the zone from back here or whatever. They'll go just guard him and play him all the way through. So you want to take no chances of getting stuck in the block, because that can result in a one-play touchdown. You do not want that to happen. So the next adjustment I like to make is I just take this corner over here and I put him in a buff blitz, which is another form of a match zone coverage. So he'll just like the safeties, but instead of a safety, somebody runs across him, he'll pick him up. And yeah, so the defense will basically look just like this. And all your responsibility as a user is kind of just don't let anything go deep, because that's really the main weakness within this defense. Other than that, everything should be boxed. And if they want to take a little underneath, they can have it, because like I said, this is a third down defense, and a third down defense only. You can obviously run it on fourth and stuff like that, but this is basically just preventing them from getting the first down, and it does a great job at it. So boom. So you want to get back. So you see how, you know what I'm saying, this R1's not being covered. That's because that safety picked up somebody else, and all you want to do is run back there and go cover them. And as you can see, this defense also gets amazing block sheds. So imagine, I didn't even pass commit. If you pass commit, you get even better block sheds. But for the most part, everything was pretty much boxed. Let me call it again, set it up, put that blitzer in that buff blitz or whatever, and then put yourself in a spy. So boom, drop back. This crosser's bag. The only thing that's got open for a quick second is the halfback, as you can see, and then that corner that I put on that buff blitz came down and still came to cover it. That's why I like this defense so much, because all the zones they play, they guard who's ever near them. After a certain point in time, they just pick up somebody. And yeah, that's why it's such a great third down defense. So let's run it again. So put yourself in a curl, I mean not a curl, a QB spy. Take the corner that's blitzing, put him on a buff. And if the bunch was flipped towards the other side, the blitzer would be on the other side. You just do the same thing on the opposite side. And then boom, so let's call hike. Boom. Boom. You see how that buff blitzer kind of comes down on that halfback. Even though that's not really his assignment, he still comes down to guard it. So basically everything was pretty much covered and stuff like that. And as I said, like I'm going to emphasize this over and over again, you as a user, your main job will be basically to kind of get back and kind of play the safety yourself. But the only people who are actually going to get open on deep stuff are the people who aren't manned up. So the tight end and then the slot receiver in this situations are the only people who have a possibility of like really just getting beat like that. because the number one and number two receiver are manned up by those two corners right there. So there's always going to be a man stuck with him on his hip and stuff like that. And if you want to, instead of putting this corner on the buff blitz, you can man him up with this slot receiver like that. So he has a man, and then that way, so boom. So now that deep route is getting guarded, and as you can see, that seam flat then goes to that the halfback instead of the that buff blitzer. And then you can do stuff like you can shade over the top and then shade outside. They like going for corners and stuff like that. And then boom. That also helps if you shade to where you know your opponent likes to go wings and their tendencies and stuff. You just figure out their tendencies. So yeah, that's basically how you run this defense, and that should wrap up the video right there. Alright y'all, that should cap off the video right there. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button if you're new, and turn on that post notification bell so you can get notified every single time I post. And comment down below what videos you would like to see from me in the future. And it's your boy Bean, and I'm out.
I can't believe that they crossed me. Young nigga be sounding like us.